What's up, guys? Team Okimoki's be here. This is only, I think, the second time I've recorded a deck that was proxied up. But as you guys know, if you saw my other one, I'm pretty excited about decks I proxy up. So this is my Infernity build. It's not only mine. I mean, I found a bunch of different ideas online, and so I mean, it's I guess I could say mine, but it's definitely a bunch of collaboration of a lot of different deck ideas that I saw. So so let's go ahead and get started. I have a lot of like half the deck is proxied, but then again, half the stuff doesn't come out till Shining Darkness. So yeah. Start out with 3 Infernity Necromancers. Now I'll explain the cards as we go by because a lot of people aren't aware of all the Infernity's effects. So Necromancer's effect, it's a level 3 Dark Fiend, 0 attack, 20 or 2000 defense. When it's normal summon, it's changed to defense. If you're handless, once per turn, you can special summon an Infernity from your graveyard, except another Necromancer, which is really helpful. I'll show you guys the main combo of the deck in a little bit once I get done with the deck. 3 Infernity Beetles. Now this doesn't come out till Shining Darkness, so yeah. 1200 attack, 0 defense, level 2 tuner. When you're handless, tribute 1 beetle to special summon 2 from the deck. Next card, we have 2 Infernity Mirage, once again from Shining Darkness. It's a level 1, 0 attack, 0 defense. When you're handless, tribute this card to special summon 2 Infernity from your graveyard, and this card can't be special summoned, so you can't just like tribute this to special summon 2 more, and then tribute those to special summon 4. So it's like a beetle in a sense, but it gets from graveyard, and it's a generic, it's not specific to beetle. 3 Archfiend, I actually only have 1 of them right now. I gotta pick up 1 from Team Okimoki's M, and hopefully Team Okimoki's S can get me another one. So in case you don't know what this is, it's a level 4 Fiend Dark, 1800 attack, 1200 defense. If you're handless and you draw this card, you can special summon it. When it's special summoned in any way, shape, or form, and you have no cards in your hand, you can add 1 Infernity card from your deck to your hand. So it's in a toolbox, mainly used to search out Infernity Gun. 2 Dark Grepher. Once again, I gotta get another one. But yeah, you guys pretty much know what this is. You're never going to use its first effect, but ditch a card in your hand and ditch a card in your deck. Usually you're going to use this ditch like a dead beetle or a dead necromancer in your hand to get the other from the graveyard, to the graveyard, I mean. And 1 Arm Knight serves the same purpose as Grepher. So there's the monsters. We'll get on to the spells. I got 3 Infernity Gun, once again, coming out in Shining Darkness. Continuous spell. Once per turn, you can send 1 Infernity monster from your hand to your grave. Also, if you're handless, you can send this card to your grave to special summon 2 Infernity monsters. So it helps you ditch cards in your hand, become handless quicker. And it's one of the pieces to the puzzle to get out your main strategy, which is to get out level 9 Synchros. Because we don't have Trishula, we have to settle for Mistworm. So 1 Foolish Burial. 1 Giant Trunade. You'll notice how a lot of these spells are stuff that you can just activate first turn and get rid of stuff like Vortex. You might want to save this, but you're trying to get handless pretty quick, so you can just go ahead and activate this because you're going to want to go second anyway. Go ahead and activate this, ditch a card in your hand, now you're 2 less cards in your hand. Allure for some added draw power. Dark Eruption, maybe to get some stuff back that you might need, like if this is the last card in your hand, use this to get back Beetle, summon Beetle, tribute it for 2 more. Rhoda to search out your Greffers or your Arm Knight. MST, Heavy, and 1 for 1. 1 for 1, really the only target is Mirage. So just kind of be careful activating 1 for 1 if you don't have a Mirage in your deck, because that could get you a game warning. Traps, we got Infernity Inferno, another card from Shining Darkness. It's a normal trap. Discard up to 2 cards to send that many Infernities from your graveyard, or to your graveyard from your deck. So it helps ditch cards in your hand. It essentially can get 3 cards out of your hand and ditch 2 Infernities, 2 pieces of the puzzle to the grave. 2 Damage Gate, once again Shining Darkness. Normal trap. Whenever you take battle damage, special summon 1 monster from your graveyard with equal to or less than that much attack. So it's not really Infernity specific, but it is a helpful card to get stuff out of your graveyard, the important pieces. Mirror Force. Now obviously this doesn't come out in Shining Darkness, but I'm using all mine, so I'm going to have to take mine and switch mine back and forth between Yados and this once I get this deck finished. Another Regeki Break. Why I don't have them, I don't know, but it's like a Phoenix Wind Blast, but it's actually more helpful. So yeah. TT, double Bottomless, double Dust Tornado, and Solemn. And the extra deck, once again, some proxies in here. We got Trace Mistworm. It's basically just a level 9 that you can spam. Double Colossal, because you can't really get out 8s, but you can get a 6, and then a 6 with Beetle is an 8. Goyo. There's also a Stardust supposed to be in here, but I don't have it in here. It's in my Yados deck. But yeah, Goyo. As your level 6, an Iron Chain and a Flameville or a Keysass to get up to, if you want to upgrade a 6 to an 8, go or a Keysass or Iron Chain so you don't waste your Goyo. And a Proxied Catastor. So we'll go ahead and show you the combo here. Now here's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to get Handless, which isn't that fast, isn't that hard to do in this deck. Have out Infernity Gun with Infernity Archfiend, an Infernity Beetle, and an Infernity Necromancer Engrave. Now this isn't that hard to do with all the cards you have, the dump cards, Foolish Burial, whatnot, Infernity Inferno, that kind of stuff. So having these 3 in your graveyard isn't really that big a deal. So what you're going to want to do is with these 3 in your graveyard, let's say these are the only 3 in your graveyard right now, which that would be the ideal scenario, but whatever. So you got those 3, you got Infernity Gun, you got no hand. Or Infernity Gun's last card in your hand, whatever. Activate Infernity Gun, use its effect since you have no hand, send it to graveyard. Bring back Beetle in defense. Always bring them back in defense just in case they, like, you know, TT you or something like that, so you're not screwed. Or they Discord you. I don't know why anybody would run Discord, but yeah. So bring back a Beetle and your Necromancer. Now, because you don't have a card in your hand, you can activate Necromancer's effect to special summon Infernity Mirage, which you might want to bring out in attack mode just in case they do Discord, so you can at least pull off some damage. So bring back Infernity Mirage. Now that Infernity Mirage is special summoned and you don't have any cards in your hand, you can now search through your deck for another gun. So we'll go ahead and add that to hand. Now you synchro your level 2 Tuner Infernity Beetle, your level 3 Necromancer, and your level 4 Archfiend for your Mistworm, or Trishula, if we had Trishula. Now you have a Mistworm and an Infernity Gun in your hand. Let's repeat that process. Activate Infernity Gun, send it to grave, bring back Beetle and Necromancer and Archfiend, synchro these 3 for another Mistworm, use Archfiend's effect to bring out another Infernity Gun to your hand. Whoa, your last Infernity Gun. Activate Infernity Gun, ditch it, bring back Necromancer and Beetle. Use Necromancer's ability to bring back Archfiend. Now, when you bring back Archfiend this time, you can search out a plethora of things. You could go for your Inferno if you want to ditch some cards. You could possibly, if Magician of Faith wasn't banned, it would be amazing. You could possibly also go for another Archfiend, because when you bring another Archfiend to your hand, you have no cards in your hand now, and you can special summon it if you wanted to, if you didn't have a full field right now. So earlier that would have been helpful. You could go Beetle, I guess, if you wanted to, another Necromancer or whatever. So at this point, you'd synchro for another Mistworm. Right now, you've got 3 Mistworm. You've knocked a potential 9 cards off of their field, and you've got 7,500 attack down on them. Now, all you have to do is, if you run it, you could set a Ceasefire or a Burn card, and then, you know, you got game. And it's pretty hard to get around it. I mean, they could Vortex and destroy all this, but then next turn you could just pull off your combo again. Obviously, this deck would be a lot better with Trishula if we had Trishula over here. Trishula, just in case for those who don't know, it's a level 9, same requirements for summoning as Mistworm. However, instead of popping bouncing 3 cards, you remove from play a card in their grave, a card in their field, and a card from their hand. So they would be -9 if you could get out those 3, and you wouldn't have to worry about as much about a Vortex or any crap like that unless they top deck it. So yeah, I really like this deck. I think it has a lot of potential, especially next format, or this format, I should say, because Infernities are getting a lot of support, and obviously we're getting the best support card ever, Infernity Gun. Holy crap. I have a feeling Infernity Gun is going to be limited. So if you don't know about this deck, or you don't even like this deck, be ready to see it after Shining Darkness comes out. I'm going to try to get all those cards in Shining Darkness. Hopefully they keep the rarities low, although I have a feeling Gun will be a secret rare. So I'm going to definitely pick those up pretty much no matter what the cost. So definitely check it out. And if you have any Archfiends, Greffer, or any of the cards I have proxied, hit me up and I'll definitely trade really good for them. Check out the binder over there. I might also trade stuff from my decks. So thanks guys, and peace.